Okay, folks, we have a big episode of OnlyStans here. Very exciting guest. Maitland Ward, is that how I say your name properly?
Yes.
Maitland.
Maitland, yes.
Sounds very Irish. Is it Irish?
No, it's actually English, but I only know that my dad found it. It was a last name of somebody or something. It's actually Jimmy Stewart's middle name, but that's not why I got it.
Who's Jimmy Stewart?
The actor, Jimmy Stewart. It's a Wonderful Life.
What's he in?
What do you mean, what's
It's
he
a
in?
Wonderful Life. I haven't. When did that come out? Like 1947?
Classic actor, yes. It comes out every Christmas.
I love it. I've seen It's a Wonderful Life. I didn't know the actor's name.
Yeah.
I go, maybe Brenda was the farthest I go back. Or like Clark Gable.
Oh my God.
Around there.
Well, yeah,
Jimmy Stewart. That's Clark Gable era. I only know Clark Gable because I mentioned.
That's why I was named Maitland.
So Maitland, your dad just found the name.
He found the name and he liked it, and it's a British name because I mean, when I've been in England, I've seen like things like Maitland Apothecary, Maitland.
That sounds like a last name.
And there's a Maitland, Florida too.
Ooh, where's that? What coast of Florida? what coast?
I don't know exactly where it is exactly,
You're not
but
Florida,
I've had
girl.
people. I haven't been there, but people have seen it. So if you know where Maitland, Florida is exactly, let us know.
I feel like Maitland Ward's got to go to Maitland, Florida.
I need to go there and visit. I would love to.
Make the pilgrimage.
I will make the pilgrimage. Yeah.
But I'm assuming a lot of you guys will know Maitland from Boy Meets World. I've actually. Are you gonna kick my ass if I say I was never a Boy Meets World guy?
Yes.
I never watched
I will
it.
kick your ass.
I never watched
Take your
the
pants
90s.
down and let me
I never
kick that
watched
90s.
like the '90s shows. It wasn't. Really, you know my problem. I started watching Friends the night the
That
last
was a 90s show.
the night the last episode of Friends came out,
Oh, the
May
last
6,
episode?
2004.
Oh.
I was like 8 years old and I watched it. And I was just said, this is my show. And I just watched Friends throughout my whole life. But all my friends were excited. A lot of people here were very excited when I said you were coming in.
Oh, yeah.
So started on Boy Meets World,
Yes.
and now have a few years later have transitioned into the pornography game.
Yes.
I am going to ask you. So,
Okay.
what year did you start on Boy Meets World?
Oh, I started 98, I think.
And how old were you?
I was just turning like 21, I think.
So you're turning 21 in 98.
Mhm.
So then were you like out on like the Sunset Strip scene out in LA?
No, I was very much.
I don't know if I was
I didn't start on Boy Meets World. I was on the soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful.
I have that written down.
Yeah, since I was like 16. So I was like,
Ooh, okay.
you know, I was in the scene. Well, I really wasn't in the scene. I was a very innocent girl because I just felt like I needed to uphold this very innocent image and be, you know, a good girl, even though I had these wants and needs.
Of course.
Yes. So over time, I discovered that. But when I was very young, I was kind of terrified to be in that scene.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was gonna ask you. I enjoy the whole Hollywood vibe. Yeah. I just said, are we about to have a Viper Room regular here on the show? I would have had a lot of questions about that. I would have had a lot of questions about that. Do you ever go to the Viper Room?
No, I was a little bit too young. I mean, if I could have gone, but I felt like I was little. It was more like the Johnny Depp kind of.
Yeah, Johnny Depp owned it.
Yeah, so it was like, I felt like it was that crew.
Yeah, sorry, my Hollywood nerd popped out of me there for a second. I find that very interesting. So you were 21 in 98.
Yeah.
And so were you ever like an LA party girl? Did you ever have that phase?
No, I didn't really have the phase of the big LA party girl. I mean, like I said, I was trying to be like this goody. Like I got on Boy Meets World and it was a very regimented thing where you'd have to, you know, uphold your image in real life too. Although it was easier in those days because there weren't cameras and stuff and social media. So
which
you
is
could have done
so
it.
crazy to think about, yeah.
But not to say that I was like, didn't do anything, but I wasn't like a party girl. Like I wasn't, I wasn't at the clubs every night or anything.
Once again, don't kick my ass.
Yeah. I want to kick your ass.
Don't kick my ass. Was Boy Meets World a Disney show?
No, it was ABC. It was on the Disney Channel later, but it's an ABC
Really?
Friday night show.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
TGIF.
I could have gone out then. I assumed it was just Disney Channel. But you were saying you couldn't go out.
Yeah. Not that you couldn't have.
Interesting.
But again, I was not in the phase of my life where I was going to be so bold as I am now.
As you are now. A little, now you're a little bold. Now,
okay.
you ventured out.
I have been.
You ventured out.
I started out bold and beautiful. Now I'm officially the bold.
So speaking of that, great segue. This is
Okay.
a show called OnlyStans. It's about OnlyFans. It's about just it's about the industry, as they say.
Yeah.
Just take me back. How'd you start getting your start in the industry, not the other industry, this industry?
Oh, it was a very long process with a lot of long processes. No, but seriously, I like I said, I was trying to uphold this image for Disney and like, you know, get jobs that way. And everybody in Hollywood was saying, oh, you can't, you know, you're typecast a certain way because you were the girl next door on Boy Meets World. Even though there was a lot of sexual undertones on that show. And I was the girl to have the sexual undertones.
Ooh, can you fill me in? Because once again, I have never seen it.
I was always dancing around in lingerie, taunting
On Boy
the
Meets
boys.
World?
Yes.
What?
I had like revenge porn posters put in the student union against me because like the other boys, Corey and Sean, were like trying to get back at me at this prank war, and I was dating this other character, Matt Lawrence. It's Jack. And they like stole my nudie pictures I took from him and put them in the student union. And it was very humiliating for me. And I had in turn sent a bear after them, but to try to kill them. It was a very...
You sent a bear after them? Like a human bear?
There was a bear on the set.
TV in the 90s was
it
wild.
It was amazing. It was a Wild West out there.
You touched the bear?
But did I touch it?
You get to touch it?
No, I didn't touch the bear. But it was right there and it was sleepy because it was hibernating. But it was funny because Will Friedle came in and said, "You're not on your period, right?" And I was like, I didn't understand what he was saying. But, and he was asking people, and he's like, because if the bear smells blood, we're all doomed.
Holy shit.
It's true.
That's something you don't realize.
I know. He was actually looking out for us. So.
Whoa. You never really think about that.
I didn't think about it. It was a wild animal on set, although it's trained. And it was in hibernation. So I think it was kind of.
Imagine if you were.
I know. And I
was just coming at you.
I know. It was. That's a scary.
Theoretically, I guess you could use the tampon as. I guess you could use the tampon as a decoy. Theoretically,
you could throw
the tampon and run to the tampon.
Yeah,
think it's food and blood.
It's crazy.
How about that? We just cracked the code on the bear blood thing. But so Boy Meets World, etc., etc. What year do we think we're started in the game?
Oh no, it went many years, and I was like typecast for so many years and I got so frustrated because I had roles that I wanted to play, and the older I got, and the more. Expressive I got in my personality and my sexuality and everything personally, I had, I wanted to play more serious, dramatic roles and more, sexually charged roles, and not necessarily porn at that point. It was more just like sexually empowered women, and I started to develop that way, and it took many, many years.
So can I ask you a question? Did you ever do a love scene in just a normal show or movie?
Oh my God, all the time on Bold and Beautiful. And
I thought you were 16 on Bold and Beautiful.
I know, and I was with guys that were 24 and 25 and 29.
Because that was a question I had later. I guess I was asking now. Because you just said 16, so I wasn't going to ask it. But now that you said that, I'm going to ask it again. Is the industry of, I don't really know much about soap operas, but is in the industry of soap operas as horny as it seems?
You know what? I always compare soap operas to the porn industry, except they're not going all the way on camera.
Yeah.
But it's so much the same. It's like we have love scenes, just like not all the way. We have this big personalities. There's close-knit, tight communities that are kind of like separate from Hollywood, but still part of Hollywood, and they get tons of viewership and fans. But Hollywood proper looks down on them because it's like, you other than, which, but yeah, I feel a very kinship still with soaps, and
because what I've written down, you did 167 episodes.
It's crazy.
That's a lot of episodes.
And, we would shoot all the time. Yeah.
Are soap operas on every day, or it's once a week?
Every day. And it used to be harder.
I get why the grandmas like them every day. That's good entertainment.
I liked them as a teenager.
167 episodes is a lot of episodes.
It's a lot, and we'd shoot every day. Or I'd shoot I was going to regular high school at the time, so I would shoot 3 days a week or something, and go to regular high school half the time, and it was really fun that way.
So can you take me through the average just prepping for a sex scene on The Bold and Beautiful?
Well, I had a psycho partner, sort of. Well, I had two. I had a great guy that I'm still friends with to this day that I worked with, and another one who was fucking with.
You're saying in real life? Okay. I don't like that. Not a fan.
So when I was
down.
16, and I lost my virginity on the show to him, but it's prepping. You don't do really any prep. I didn't think it was kind of like you just go out there. Sure, they were. Now they have intimacy.
I'm saying now it's different.
No. Back then they didn't do that. I have way more prep for love scenes.
So back then, Maitland gets the script.
Yeah, you're just
love scenes in it.
It's happening. But usually they put you in special gear. If you're under the covers, you're gonna be have maybe sweats on.
And I'm just picturing making out on the bed.
Yeah, and then it goes to the right. It cuts to the. It cuts away from the good parts.
And how many friggin' people are on set when you're doing this?
Oh, a lot. There was a whole full crew and everything. But, I find it similar in porn and in soap operas when you're doing the love scene. The crew doesn't really care. Even when we're having full-on sex they want to have lunch. They want to get through it.
I mean, those guys are battle-hardened.
I know. They're not exactly, it's totally involved. I mean,
So is your take, I'd also like to hear your take on this. Is your take on porn, because we're talking about the sets, when you're having sex on porn, do you consider it having sex or doing a job?
No, it's having sex. It's definitely having sex, but you're doing it in a different way than you would do like your love life in real life. It's more intimate in real life, and you're not going to be, you have to actually know where the camera is and definitely play to that and play to the, like in the scene you're told ahead of time, like, we'd like you to go here. So we'll go here, there.
Damn, Mike.
Ah! Yeah. I just want to grab it.
Seriously.
No, but you have to like follow a certain path basically, and like what you've agreed upon ahead of time, what the storyline, especially in my porn that I do, it has very detailed feature film storylines.
So you know you can handle scripts.
Yes. So I mean, in one script that I had not long back, I had a 3-page solid monologue. So yeah, I mean, I get so many lines.
What was it about?
Oh, it was about actually colonialization.
Colonization of the United States of America?
Colonial, yeah.
No,
not United States. It's more like about colonizing like different countries in the movement that Jesus, like the.
This is a high-strung porn, for Christ's sakes. Holy shit!
Well, I play a college professor that is very thoughtful about.
So she's very passionate about her profession.
It's basically about how like sex is deemed evil by these religious people that have like forced certain views upon society and everything.
Asa Kier used to work here. We used to talk with Asa about this all the time. And she would say, like, basically porn sex and real sex isn't kind of the same thing. Angela White, we had her on last week. She was basically saying there's a few times where she's actually, I guess, been so engulfed with what she was doing that she would consider it having real sex. So I just wanted to get your take on that.
Yeah, I think so.
So what was your first soiree into this whole industry?
It was actually doing my own content. I developed over time, like when social media really came into being, I guess it was already into being, but when Instagram really became popular and stuff around 2013, 14.
Okay.
I started, gaining a following because I did sexy cosplay and I did like, sexy type setups and fun setups that were just like
people
wild.
Like sexy.
Yeah, it was
people
wild,
like
and I was just being myself. And that was around the time Girl Meets World, the spinoff from Boy Meets World, was coming around.
Perfect time to capitalize.
Exactly, but actually, I wasn't really thinking about that as much as I was thinking, wow, I can do what I want on social media, and people are following me because for years, these publicists and agents and managers said you can't do anything sexy. Nobody will buy anything. You're the girl next door. You're too old for it. You're too this. You're too that. And I know. And then this was giving me freedom. And of course, the Disney and Girl Meets World and all them, they didn't like that. So I was the only one not to appear on Girl Meets World.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I wasn't doing porn. I was just doing wild stuff. Like setups like a Comic-Con where I'd have little outfits like I was playing Lilu from The Fifth Element or Slave Leia or something like that. And getting a lot of press off of it too and attention.
I remember reading about it in high school. I remember it. The fellows were buzzing. Everybody loved it. Yeah. So I think it made a good move. I mean, I'm gonna take a wild guess that Girl Meets World is not still on air.
No, it's not still.
Girl Meets World is not still on air.
That was on the Disney Channel actually. That was not.
Oh
ABC.
yeah, you were stepping anywhere near that, huh?
Well, I mean, I loved a lot of the people that worked on it because it was people from Boy Meets World. But I loved my time, like, and I'm fortunate to be able to be on Boy Meets World and have that experience of such an iconic show and that so many people love.
It is crazy. People love it. Crazy.
And I
people
appreciate that so much. And it makes me smile when people say that. But it's I feel it's kind of like I've had a great time in high school, but I don't want to live in high school my whole entire life. You know what I mean? It's like I want to go back to the reunion and like see people and like have fun, but it's like I don't want to be that character every day of my life. I want to be able to grow and expand and do things that I want to do and create and stuff. So that's how it came about. But then I really came about the OnlyFans an important career was because I started getting kicked off of like my Snapchat and pictures taken down on Instagram or whatever because they were too sexy, even though they weren't pornographic, but
Instagram toes a line. Yeah.
So my fans were like, why don't you do, content? And I didn't even know what that was at the time. This was in the beginning of 2018. And I said, okay, maybe people will buy it. I don't know. I was thinking about doing Playboy-esque type photos and cosplay and naked. Like I like the exhibitionist thing. And I found that I like that. But so I did. And like overnight I had all of these subscribers. And by the end of the week, I was first on Patreon.
Okay, so I was assuming you were doing Snapchat. So
I did Snapchat first,
and I had there's a progression.
I had a premium Snapchat through Patreon, so it was kind of like I was just trying it out and everything. And I had I was the #1 adult creator on Patreon, like by the end of the first week.
Yeah, not everybody was doing it back in the day. 2018,
I know, and
you were a goddamn pioneer.
But but it was, and I didn't really know about it. So it was, so I started doing it, and I was doing like, just sexy photos, and then it started to progress. I started doing some girl stuff because I had done girl in my real life that I, loved. And I was like, oh, this would be fun. I know some porn stars that I had met along the way. And then so we had great shoots. And then eventually it was time for the boys.
Eventually you took that last step into the
I was like, I had these fantasies that I wanted to play out that I really felt that I needed to. So I was fortunate enough to have really 2 long-term professional porn stars to be able to do this with. For like, I did this content for like 1.5 years before I went into professional porn.
What do you mean 2 long? So you had like 2 guys you would work with specifically?
Yeah, like Danny Mountain and Isaiah Maxwell.
And you were just like, you're my guys.
Yeah, and I found I was fortunate enough, and they really taught me a lot about just how to perform to the camera, but I remember my first full-on sexual experience was in a hotel room with Danny Mountain, and my husband was there, and another girl, and I was going to film it for like, for videos.
This wasn't to be filmed. This was to be filmed. This is for the love of the game or to be filmed?
Both. It was but it was my first, but it was to be filmed for my content.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I just went for it immediately. And I remember at the end, like later I asked Danny, sometime later, I said, what do you remember about that first time? And he's like, I remember you weren't nervous at all. You were just went for it. And it was like you were professional. And I just felt free, and I felt like I just could, just express myself in that way. And it was like, it was amazing. It was like, that was a side orgasmic thing that I could just be free for the first time on screen for my life.
Amazing. So your first on camera boy girl was a threesome or a foursome?
It was a threesome because I had worked with another girl who I felt comfortable with, so she was along for the. Look
at you, just diving fully into it. 2 and a threesome. Started off.
Yeah, I know. Look at me.
Hit a grand slam in the first inning.
Nobody, people try to say like, oh, girls from Hollywood, they'll go and make sex tapes or go into porn or something, sexual, and they just do it for attention, and they just do it lightweight. I don't do it lightweight.
I saw a few photos today. You don't do it lightweight.
I don't. I get the street credit for that.
Yeah, you're not Bella Thorne making an OnlyFans.
No, that's what I mean. I'm not Bella Thorne. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're diving into the whole thing. Now, another interesting question that just popped in my head. Mm-hmm. I know you're just saying that your 2 porn mentors basically have taught you so much about porn. Just in regular sex, let's say, would you say Maitland Ward in 2023 is better at just sex than Maitland Ward in 2013?
I think so, because I'm so much more comfortable with my body and with my sexuality, and just feeling more confident with myself.
Interesting.
It helps when you win awards too.
How many awards you got?
I think I have 20. Like
20 AVNs?
No, not 20 AVNs. I have 7 AVNs. I have, I think I have like 10. I don't know. The expos, I have tons of expos.
Can you name all 7 AVNs off the top of your head?
Yeah, I can. Well, I've won Best Actress twice, Best Supporting Actress. I've won Best Boy Girl. I've won Best Mainstream Venture of the Year for my book. I've won Best Group Sex Scene. And what is the other one? I won another sex award. Something. Well, yeah.
Hey,
cosplay performer.
Ooh, what was the cosplay for?
For being a cosplay cam performer.
So what was just a bunch of other ones.
Like performer of the cosplay year.
Hey, this may sound dumb. You just mentioned that you won Best Supporting Actress twice.
No, I won Best Supporting once and twice Best Actress.
Either way, you won Best Supporting Actress. How do they decide who's supporting actress in porn?
Oh, it was interesting because
how do they decide that?
Well, no, when I first came, I totally happened into such an amazing thing with Deeper.com with Caden Cross. I thought about going into professional porn just because I wanted to create something that was really top quality, not just me doing filming and Snapchats and everything. I wanted to make a real film. Mm-hmm. But, and I was contacted by Vixen and Blacked to do Black.com. And I was thinking about it. And I was like, okay, I want to go for it. I want to do this. And I did. I did an amazing scene with Jason Love. And then on that same day, if you know Caden Cross, who's an amazing performer,
I know the name, definitely.
And she's won Director of the Year 4 times now. She just launched the brand Deeper.com for Vixen, for the Vixen brands. And Blacked is one of the Vixen brands, of course. And she lost her main actress on the same day my co-main actress on the same day my Black scene came out and was going crazy. And so she thought she'd have to she didn't know anything about me.
Yeah.
But she thought that, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do this big feature that's going to be up for awards and everything. Angela White was the other co-star.
Obviously.
But so the other co-star, not Angela White, had some drug issues. We're
not going to ask the name.
I'm not going to say the name. But that was the thing. So that's what happened. So Monday morning, she goes into Vixen and says, I can't get an actress who can do all these lines. Like she wrote it's a full script. And it was called Drive. And they said, talk to Maitland. She's an actress. And she just blew up on our sites. So we met at a Starbucks that afternoon. I read the script and I was like, wait a minute, this is the kind of script that I want to do. It's a full feature. And it's like,
you're an actress.
Top stars. It has Angela and Manuel Ferreira and Caden's directing. And I was like, oh my God. So we met and we like fell in love with each other and working together. And we started like immediately. And then when Drive came out, that was the big thing because I announced it to the press. And it went crazy viral. It was beat Bernie's heart attack. The day Bernie Sanders had a heart attack, probably because of me, probably. But it was that kind of thing, like you'd say, like, "Oh, the women squirreled girl is gonna." So
that was your breakthrough. That was crazy, and then that was your Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, that was my Good Will Hunting for porn, and it was like, and ever since that, I soon became the contract base of Deeper after that, and I've worked with them for the past 3 years. But you were asking about supporting actress.
Yeah, I just want to know how one picks who's a supporting actress in a porn.
It was dialogue-wise, I think. Actually, although I did win Best Actress for XBiz that same year, so it was funny. But for Avian, they said it was dialogue-wise, and Angela was in the Best Actress category just because I came in. It wasn't like a script created for me too. And it wasn't a separate project. But so
you won on a movie with Angela?
Yes.
Yeah, no disrespect.
It was amazing.
When you're with the Queen,
she's great. She's so amazing.
What an icon.
Yeah, we had a great, and that movie still sells so much.
How could it not?
It's really great. It's a great film.
I saw you recently in the news said that people are judging you about OnlyFans are haters.
No, I don't think. Well, I think people from the outside, they don't know. Like, they don't know what OnlyFans is. Not the inside people aren't saying that.
No, I'm saying it was those guys are haters that are judging.
Oh yeah. I thought you. Yeah. Yeah, they are. There's a lot of guys, and they don't just judge me. They judge other girls like who make money and stuff, and they'll be like, "Oh, get a real job. That's just for." It's like, wait a minute. What is your real job? What is your real job out there?
You know what I say a lot? No one has ever made fun of someone they're not jealous of.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's solely a fact.
I was actually told on the soap opera that if you get, it doesn't matter what kind of fan mail you get, it can be bad or good as long as you get it.
Nobody has ever made fun of somebody they're not jealous of. You know how many times I've seen beautiful girls I know with scumbag boyfriends, and I'll make fun of their boyfriends?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, those guys get to fuck those girls. Like, you know, we were calling a spade a spade. At the end of the day, they're the one fucking the hot chick.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing. I don't know why I have this question written down. We basically talked about this already, but this is a stupid question. I'm going to ask it. Okay. I had biggest difference from a television set to a porn set. Obviously, there is a big difference.
There isn't actually. If you're talking about the actual set, of course, like when I'm working with like Deeper and Vixen, we do have bigger sets than a lot of like maybe Gonzo more porn or because some of those sets are very small. But we have a large set. We have a lot of people on set, so it isn't really that much different than like say an independent film or anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say you've done?
We have sex on there, but that's the
difference.
That's the actual. I'm talking about the physical set. Like
Hey, have you ever done a softcore porn?
You know what? Well, I feel like the Bold and Beautiful kind of was softcore porn. Not really. No, I haven't done like officially softcore porn. No.
I thought that would be if someone's going to do it on my show. I thought you'd be the one. Yeah. I want to have questions about that. I want to ask that about that. I went straight for it.
I'm no easy girl.
Maybe I am. I was more just wondering like how they do the whole and how they get around the whole insertion.
Oh no. I remember on the soap opera, they'd have to put a sock on him, and they'd have to.
Wait, you guys are naked on soap operas?
I mean, it's like a harness. Wait, one time
isn't that stuff on like CBS?
On my soap opera, yeah, they showed kind of his butt, the side of it.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, because he was actually
these old grandmas are getting horny. I'm not happy that my grandma used to watch these soap operas.
You know the storyline with it, and I love this one guy. He's one of my best friends still. He was so embarrassed by this, but the whole storyline was that he was trying to drug me to get my parents, my family's money. They were like my aunt and uncle who were wealthy, and he was poking holes in the condoms and trying to impregnate. But I caught on to him, and I got him, and then I convinced him I was pregnant and taught him what a lesson. And then he ended up raping me and trying to set me on fire to kill me. There we go. And I didn't win the Emmy for that.
I didn't even know they mentioned condoms in soap operas. I'm so mad at my like grandmas for watching soap operas.
Oh, that's why
up.
they loved it. It's like
I know, I could tell. It's like horny old ladies. Holy shit! I didn't really think about this. All right. Well, anyway, how's OnlyFans been?
OnlyFans is amazing. It's a monster, and I love it.
It really is just a goddamn freight train, huh?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's just a horny freight train.
It's a whole horny freight train coming. Oh, I almost hit it. Oh my god! I'm just gonna fuck up your set.
But so what are you posting on there? You're posting. You post your porn on there. Then do you post any like cell phone videos on there?
Oh, absolutely. And I do a lot of like content stuff where I do, I do content, that I give, then also like custom videos and stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
I get a lot of requests.
Because I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion by me. I've said on the show many times, and in no disrespect to your craft by any means. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely more of a cell phone video guy than a high def video. So you're doing like cell phone stuff on there?
All the time, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I feel like I do a lot of stuff like a porno version of Cameo, kind of, because people want to, because if they're fans of like Boy Meets World and stuff, they'll want to like talk to me as like Rachel, or like, like they know me, like not just a porn straight, it's kind of like I do a sexy thing, but I'm talking to them, and by the way, I like it. It's fun.
By the way, I don't have this written down, but I'm just gonna say this. I'm looking at you and looking in your eyes right now. You look like Christina Applegate a lot.
I did a little bit.
You look a lot like Christina Applegate.
But red hair kind of like
throws like a red-haired Christina Applegate. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there. You look a lot like her.
That's very nice.
What would you say is your? This is my favorite question to ask. What would you say is your most out there subscriber request you happen to have on OnlyFans?
Out there, like I think my OnlyFans are pretty. They're not. I don't have like really really crazy ones. It's more about like costumes and stuff that people want me to wear. Like for different setups and different costumes, so it might be more complicated and stuff. I think that's more, or certain makeup requests. I get a lot of like domination requests in the way that they want me to, because on Deeper I do play a lot of characters that are very deep.
Yeah. What's your
So like when I'm talking like this, I'm more
Of course.
I guess fun and
you're doing your porn voice.
Yeah, well, it's my character. Although I do like getting that part of me out. A
lot of every girl on the show usually, but they always say, "Oh, we do JOIs," and they'll do the JOI.
Yeah,
voice.
the JOI.
You got the
do
JOI.
A lot of
voice.
JOIs, yes.
Obviously, you do.
And I smoke the cigarette.
Yeah, because you got this whole Jessica Rabbit thing going.
Yeah.
You got this whole redhead Jessica Rabbit vibe. You ever done a Jessica Rabbit cosplay?
Oh, yes, I have. Not porno, but yeah.
Not porn. What would you say is your favorite and least favorite cosplay you've done?
I think, the first one I have was Slave Leia that I did because I got approached by...
Classic.
Right, but it was the one that really set me off because I got approached by a photographer, a red carpet photographer who knew, like, he had all these costumes. And he's like, May the 4th be with you is coming up. Do you want to do this? And he knew I was a Star Wars fan and kind of a geek and stuff. And I was like, yes. So I did that authentic thing and it went, like, blew up. And that's really, like, set me off in the cosplay world. I'd say I really like Red Sonja. I'd like that. I would love to have played like a movie with Red Sonja. Like that would be so much fun. And I just have so many that I like. I mean, I love doing, I did Jessica 6 I like that one.
What is Jessica
from Logan's
6?
Run.
Ooh, I haven't seen Logan's Run.
It's an oldie.
My only thing I have of Logan's Run, like I said, I'm a huge Friends fan, so I know everything about Friends.
Okay.
Remember there was an episode of Friends where Ross' cousin is Denise Richards.
Okay.
And Denise Richards comes over his house and staying over.
Okay.
And they're cousins, and she has to watch Logan's Run, and they open a bottle of wine.
Okay,
and he's like thinking in his brain, like, she wanted to open the bottle of wine. She suggested we watch Logan's Run, the sexiest movie of all her
Yeah.
And her cousin wants to go with it. Yeah. Who's in Logan's Run?
It's just, I don't know if you would know the people exactly. But,
I don't
know. But it's just really cool. It's really cool. And I would love to make a total remake of it and stuff.
You should do
I got kicked out of Comic-Con because I was wearing the outfit because, it was see-through.
How about this? Porn remake, Logan's Cum.
How has that not been done? How has it not been done?
Just give me an EP credit.
I will.
Just throw me an EP credit.
Okay. We're making it.
All I ask is an EP credit.
Just yet. I get turned on sometimes by music.
What are your sexual musics?
I'd like to have like a very sexual beat, if you know what I mean. Like it
Give
makes
me an example.
Like, I feel like really like, especially when performing, I don't know, in real life it might be different, but like when I'm performing, I feel like it's like a dance. No matter what it is, the performance, like I'm enjoying every bit of it and I have to just totally immerse myself in it. But it's kind of like a dance, like where you're performing. So I feel like it's kind of a tango or it's kind of a, That is fair. So what music are you listening to though? It varies. It varies with whatever is, I can go for some hard rap, but then I can go for some, like I said, like tango or something very, I usually don't go for something too soft. It's more it needs to have a little bit of a rhythm and a feel.
So I am interested in what you mentioned earlier, how you said when you're shooting a porn, they have, let's say, what's in your contract, you have like a choreographed thing of what you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do this. What does like the actual script say? Does it say literally you're gonna do 2 minutes doggy, you're gonna do 3 minutes missionary, and then the flip? What does it actually say?
It depends because, like I said, my scripts are really like lengthy with dialogue and story. So besides that, it usually just cuts off to the sex. It doesn't like detail it in the script, except you'll say, what kind of scene is it? Is it going to be a boy or girl scene? Is it going to be an anal scene? Is it going to be a DP scene? So you know that's kind of like the end game of what you want to do. And then when you're on set, right beforehand, you kind of talk out what positions will lead to these places.
Cool.
So, and yeah, it's...
Interesting.
But it doesn't like in the script.
Yeah, I don't know if it said like, oh, you're doing this for this.
No. But you mostly talk it out, like choreograph it with the director and stuff beforehand.
So what would you say is you've been doing this for a few years now, what would you say is on your porn bucket list?
Oh man. Well, I did a couple DPs recently, so that was on my porn bucket list. I'm very good at anal, and I found this in my porn career. I found that I have an easy time with anal, and I always enjoyed it in my real life, but I mean, these guys have really big dicks. So
congrats.
I felt like that. I mean, the first time when I did it on screen, I was really nervous because, you had to clean out, you had to do this whole performance. And I was like, and I did it. Manuel Ferrer was the first one they did. He's amazing. He was so sweet.
It's like you're doing a Stephen Leo.
It is. But he was so sweet. He was like, well, take it slow. We'll do, whatever. And then it slipped right in and we never stopped.
How long does the normal anal scene go for?
I don't know, like 40 minutes or something like that.
40 minutes of anal?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Same thing? There's not many positions
we did some other sex too, like some regular, and then it went into it. But no, a lot of anal.
Interesting. I'm kind of indifferent on anal right now.
What? You're indifferent and I'm not.
I'm not. So that's what I was actually talking to.
What makes you indifferent?
I was talking to a friend about this recently. Actually, I guess it's a take of the minority, but like, I don't understand the allure of it.
It's tight and dirty.
It's tight and dirty. I asked Angela White this at dinner last week, and she kind of agreed. She said it's more just the idea of like a girl letting you do it.
Yeah, it is for the guy, and it's just like so raw and
because my opinion is if I have a beautiful woman bent over and it's either her asshole's there, her vagina is literally right next to it. Why are we just sticking it in the vagina?
Well, yeah, can do both.
I feel like that's like ramming. I feel like that's like ramming a fucking 18-wheeler in a tunnel when the freeway's right next to it.
Well, yeah, everybody has their different, opinions.
I was just wondering
if that's and then like, but I can get anal orgasms and it's nice.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Anal orgasm is really good.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. It's different.
I think Angela said you could hit the G-spot through anal.
You kind of I guess maybe that's what's happening. It was
I don't know the anatomy of it. Yeah. That's what I was told.
Yeah. So maybe that's what's happening, but I definitely feel it inside my anus.
Well, hey, I'm proud that you discovered your new hidden talent.
I really did.
And
but you said my bucket list.
Yeah. What's the bucket list?
I guess I want a major gang. I've had gangbangs, of course, but maybe like a 10-person.
So you've had gangbangs. What's the definition of a normal gangbang compared to?
I don't know, like 5 people, 4 people, 4 people.
So you've done 4 or 5, and you and just 4 guys. And I did an orgy with me and 4 guys. Yeah. Okay.
And I've done that a couple times, and I think I want to be like 1 in 10. Full on anal.
I think it might just feel a little awkward, like you're not getting all 10 at one time.
It's hard work for the girl though because
I know
it's like if it's an orgy, like we've done an orgy, like it's much easier because you're,
there's a couple girls there.
Yeah, you're floating around.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like a 10-person gangbang. If you're one girl, it kind of sounds tiring.
4 people is hard because you're like this. You're like this. You have to look at. It is tiring. It is much
like realistically right now. You're in a 4-person gangbang.
Yeah.
What are you doing? You're switching from dick to dick. And
and if you have great guys with you who are very professional and know how to like flow the scene, you know what I mean? It's up to them a lot too because If they're just standing there, you're like, but you really have to think like this, go here. Like you have to, and it's like, it's so, you're sweating.
And how much time are you spending on each dick?
I'd say you have to give equal flair.
Is it like 3 head pumps and then
more than that. Because it's like gangbangs, it tends to be a little bit longer. I think it's like 45 minutes.
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, you gotta do
per clip.
Yeah.
So you're going like 3 in 1, 2, 3, and then over here 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, and it depends on who you're also having the most chemistry with at the moment. You go with the flow.
Just kick guys out.
Yeah, because you got good. I've never kicked them out,
bench.
but there's been ones you give a little more attention to because it's hot right now, and it's
interesting.
But then they will kind of like if they know what to do, they'll kind of maneuver in and out of the scene. And for them, it's a little bit easier because they can, when the focus is off of them, they can relax a little bit,
just hang out.
Well, not hang out, but dry off or something.
Yeah.
It's very sweaty in there. And then you got the lube. You got the lube guy that comes in.
There's a lube guy?
Well, at least in our sets, there's a lube guy.
He does other things drops some lube and figure it's gonna hit somewhere.
He does other things too, but they'll say lube.
What else?
They'll say wet the dick, and then he'll come in and he'll go, squeeze it on.
I picture like an Australian director just being like, "Wet the dick." Now that you mentioned a lube guy, that makes me think. I feel like this is true because we all know about it. Are fluffers a thing?
No, not really. No. Not that I've.
Then how the fucking how did it become a thing?
I help fluff. Like when it's good to warm up a little bit with the person, so it gets them going a little bit. So it's not like a full on fluffer, but you're doing the scene with them to warm them up and everything.
Have you ever had a scenario where, let's say, the video is so good you've continued off camera?
Maybe usually they cut us on porn sets though. Usually it'll be cut. It would be kind of odd if we continued for long.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean not really, but it's been hot and been like, wow, like this is really great.
This is great. All right, winding down here, Maitland Ward. I've been asking a lot of these questions recently. So in like Madden, the football game, some players will have 99 attributes. They'll have 99 speed, 99 agility, 99 catching.
Okay.
What would you say is your porn 99 ability?
Oh, geez.
What is your best thing in your porn career?
I think my dirty talk.
Really?
Yes, I think so because I've been told. I mean, because I am an actress, so I have a really easy time to continue. And that's one of the first things when I did the first black scene that everybody was like, wow, that's really great. Keep going. Because I can just talk filthy for a long time and very intensely. Sometimes it could scare the guy a little bit.
Can you give us like a 20-second dirty talk?
Can I say anything?
You can say whatever you want.
I just want to put your cock down my throat and choke on it. I want your cum to spill down into my gut. I want to wrap my lips around your cock and feel it vibrating against my tongue. And I want to feel you wet. I want to feel you spill down my throat.
Did you like it? I couldn't even hear myself.
I get it. That was very low. That was a very low porn talk, but I get it.
I do it, but if you have the microphone but if you have your microphone amplified, that's what
I get it. So interesting. Yeah. I think you're the first person that said dirty talk.
Really? Yeah, I love dirty talk.
Yeah, Angela White's was passion.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Which is fair.
Okay.
Which is fair. I'm trying to think of other ones. Someone else said titty fucking.
Oh, titty fucking.
I feel like how much pressure could really go into titty
fucking. Yeah, that seems like I don't know.
How much effort could you just sitting there and.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if I would be proud to say that my best thing was titty fucking.
Nah. I agree. So it feels that's not enough for you.
That's not enough effort on your end. That's not enough. I need anal quivers.
What was maybe your coming of age moment where you said, hey, I finally found my sexuality?
You know, it's interesting. My sexuality was actually, I'd always fought with it. I thought it was wrong to be dirty. I thought I shouldn't be that way. I should be exactly who other people, like whether it be family or friends or business or anybody else wanted me to be. And I actually, when I got married, I moved to New York here for a couple years, and it was kind of like a breath of fresh air. I'd been so typecast, and I'm just tired of the audition circuit and just having disappointments by people wanting me to be, Rachel McGuire still from Boy Meets World, but also not wanting to hire me as Rachel McGuire. It was like a catch-22. It was like they wanted me to stay there, but no, we don't want you because we've seen you. But so when I got here and I was married, I felt more of a sense of freedom, and my husband was actually instrumental in seeing that I needed definitely first to explore more things with girls because I had this
Yeah, that must have been real tough on him.
He didn't mind that.
That must have been real tough on him.
Yeah, people ask about that a lot.
Yeah, but he must have hated that
part
one.
of it, like he doesn't feel threatened at all by girl relationships.
Yeah,
or anything.
My wife needs to fuck more chicks. Damn.
Yeah, and even when I got into the girl like content porn, it was not anything. But he was also instrumental in helping me see that I had a lot of fantasies and stuff that I wanted to work out that wouldn't be in a marriage. Like you can't have, big gangbangs and like really, you can, but it wasn't going to be in our relationship. But I had these fantasies and these elaborate things that I wanted to work out. And actually, because I was doing it in porn, it was a safe space to explore, and with professionals, with people. Like when I had people, even when I was doing my content with those guys and stuff, they come in, they do their job. They know that there's no like emotional attachment to you.
Assassins.
And so you come in and you can have the wildest, most fun time, but then they go home and it's like, and you can still be friends and you work together and it's great. So that actually really helped. And my husband said, I see you
I agree.
do this.
I think from, like I said, Asaki used to work here, and like I just like knowing her, the way she acted, I think theoretically, if I ever did marry a girl or marry a porn, I think I could do it because it's kind of clear that it's a job.
Yes, that's exactly it. It's you go there and I'm able to live out my sexual fantasies without going to a bar at night and like.
And the same guys that are saying hating on you from OnlyFans, and guys that don't see this and say, no fucking way, bro, blah, blah, blah. It's kind of true. It's very much a job once you like actually see it.
Yeah, right. You're working on sets and stuff. Yeah, it's a fun job. It's a great job.
Yeah. I guess this might sound sappy, but I guess like making love and making porn is different.
It's totally different.
It's
and
different.
It's different.
It's not like you're going to fuck the dude you're fucking on set later at night.
Yeah, right. Exactly. He might not be a douche on set. Don't say that.
No, it's a dude. That's a dude. No, it's a dude. That's a douche. I didn't say douche. I'm sorry. It was dude. Mind. I mumble sometimes.
No, but it's true. It's true. It's a different. It's you don't have to like. There's no cameras. Well, unless you want them to be. But seriously, it's just a different intimacy and a different like totally a different thing.
All right, I got one more question for you.
Okay.
Maitland Ward. I'm not going to say porn actors aren't real actors, but I would say you're the first actress that has worked in mainstream stuff that I've had on the show before. So I would like to get your acting Mount Rushmore. It can be both porn, or normal actors. It can be Robert De Niro.
Oh,
or
okay.
It could be
my Mount Rushmore. Oh, I see you. Oh my god.
All the same Mount Rushmore. Who was your Mount Rushmore of acting?
Wow. I'm gonna put Caden Manuel up there on my Mount Rushmore.
So who's up there?
Caden Manuel.
Caden Cross, Manuel Ferrer.
Mm-hmm. Oh, then I have to put like two like other people. Like
it could be one porn, no porn, all. Well,
normal. I kind of like feel like it's both worlds.
So we got
Jason
Caden Cross, Manuel Ferrer, Jason Momoa. I love Jason Momoa.
Because I want Aquaman.
Okay, and then you got one more.
Okay, and let's do a girl. Oh, let me think about this. Ruby Rose.
What a Mount Rushmore. What a Mount Rushmore. Holy shit. So your porn and acting Mount Rushmore is Caden Cross, Manuel Ferrer, Ruby Rose, and Jason Momoa.
Jason.
Fantastic. Whatever floats your boat.
You would like to see that movie, wouldn't you?
I'm not going to lie to you. I would definitely watch Jason Momoa in a porn. That's a fact.
I want to be an Aquaman the porn with him. Like the real deal. Like let's make it the director's cut.
Momoa, we'll see it.
Please, Jason.
I support it. Once again, if it happens though, EP credit. Okay, Maitland Ward, thank you very much. You got any questions for me before we wrap this up?
Questions? Did you enjoy your time with me?
I had a great time. This is a great hour on a Friday night. I enjoyed it very much.
Are you going to read my book?
Sure.
Yes.
No, I don't read books.
Rated X.
I've read one book.
Rated X.
I've read one book in my life.
Rated X.
I'm sure it's wonderful. I'm sure it's wonderful. Check it out. There's some juicy stories in there.
There's a whole chapter.
I'm not an anal guy. I've only read one book in my life, and it was during COVID. You. I read Don Rickles' book.
Oh, that's a good one though. That's good.
And read Don Rickles?
I know I never met him.
Ooh,
no, but I love seeing some.
I'm a Don Rickles stan.
He's so good. Yeah.
I'm a Don Rickles stan. I love Don Rickles.
I wish I would have met him.
Yeah, it's the only book I ever read. Anyway.
Okay. Well, this will be the second.
Yes. I'm going to start reading it tomorrow. I'm ordering on Amazon.
Listen to it on audio. Maybe it'll make you turned on.
Did you do your what voice was it? Do you do your fucking JOI voice in the
somewhat. I read regular. Yeah, in parts that it's appropriate, but I whenever I kind of talk, I get very intense.
Interesting idea. You should have done like some horny pages. Like every 5 pages.
I do. You know, on my content and stuff, I do bedtime stories.
Ooh.
And I read sexy stories and masturbate to them.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Well, hey, check that out on the
In glasses.
OnlyFans. What's the can we get the OnlyFans link possibly?
It's Maitland Ward. OnlyFans,
MaitlandWard. Wonderful, Maitland. Thank you for coming in. Very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah, Maitland Ward, legend of the television screen and the pornography screen. So thank you again.
Thank you.